Hi, my name is Amy.
Hi, I'm Lanan.
And welcome back to Bingeable Beans. Speed summary time!
So, imagine your family has all these powers.
Your sister can fly.
You can go back to the past.
Your mom can see the future in her sleep.
Y'all are rich.
You have everything you want.
But what gave you everything was the very thing that broke your family apart.
Then a girl came into the picture.
There's sunshine.
The ray of hope.
And just as things were getting better, they find out that the ray of sunshine was actually a spiral of darkness.
A scam.
Things go south again.
Then the scammer switched sides.
Then she dies.
Then she comes back alive.
Then you die.
Then your son brings you back.
And your family lives happily ever after. So yeah, today we're going to be continuing talking about Atypical Family, the second half, where things actually start to get interesting. Unlike the first half.
First half is so boring.
To be fully honest, the first half was not bingeable at all. But second half, things actually start to happen. Lots of things start to happen, unlike the beginning. But yeah, the second half, Giju, at this point, he's sad again. Because he found out that, all of that his things were a lie. He's like, oh my gosh, it's a scammer. He kind of starting to spiral down again.
Yeah.
Right?
From the wedding, right?
Yeah, after the wedding.
He was going crazy.
Yeah.
Because she actually likes him. So she just felt she couldn't do that to him.
Yeah. So that's why she decided to leave too. She wanted him to let go. She did. Because she felt bad for him. She didn't want him or his family to be involved anymore. She was letting them get away. But he kept clinging on to her. He kept showing. Because at this point, even though he was sad, he kind of realized things that he does really, really like her. And I think he also recognized that Dahe isn't full-on scam.
Yeah, she's genuine.
Yeah, he realized what was happening. So he kept coming back to the sauna place. Every single day, he's working out again. That part was so funny. Mm-hmm. I remember specifically the scene where he's right in front of her room and he's playing tennis or something. Do you remember?
Oh,
he was super tired, but he was I'm exercising again. And Loki got second embarrassment.
Really? Did you?
From that, yes, because he was Loki died after. He was
he hasn't worked out in so long.
But he was trying. Yeah, so at this point, though, he was really trying. He was trying with Ina as well. Because at this point, she's starting to get bullied, Mm-hmm. They weren't directly bullying, right? Obviously, the kids around, they were teasing her, oh, she's a freak. Why is she freak out like that,
Mm-hmm. In the beginning, she didn't get bullied because she was a nobody and a loner, but it was because that one friend that she had, Hirim.
Yeah, so she started to get more attention, and then she joined the dance club because she wanted friends. For the first time, she kind of got carried away with it because she's never really had friends before.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, into the second half, they start to tease her, but the biggest issue was with Hirim. Do you think Hirim started the friendship off innocent, or was there a purpose?
I think it was innocent.
I think so too.
Because she only started to treat Ina different because of that one boy that she had a crush on.
Yeah.
And Jinwoo liked Ina. And that made her mad and jealous.
Yeah. Kids were just kids, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I loved Ina and Junwoo though, their little interactions and then the character development. Ina's character development was also really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever she starts feeling more comfortable, it was all thanks to Dahe mainly. She feels more comfortable. She's open more. She's talking to Dahe. She's telling them talking to them about the situation. That's why at the end she was able to help her dad find Dahe. Right? She's talking more now.
Mm-hmm.
She's communicating more.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much it with her.
Yeah.
She just went from loner to more lively.
Slowly she got more lively. Yeah.
I think it's all thanks to the boy. What's his name?
Junwoo.
Yeah.
Junwoo. But I don't think that it's all thanks to him,
because without his interest, actually,
it was mainly Dahe.
Yeah, you're right.
That made her realize certain things.
You're right.
It was all thanks to, and that really does tie into the ending too. But before we get to that, though, I do want to talk about Donghee, the Giju's older sister.
Mm-hmm.
Her character development. I feel honestly, her role or her character was a little bit more of a comic relief. Yes, there was a character development and plot with her, but
she didn't really add anything.
Yeah, she did, but not as much as the other people. She was definitely more of a side character.
Was she instigating? She wanted to get rid of Dahe.
Well, I mean, from the beginning, what her part was is she was very suspicious of Dahe, right? She was the one that like brought light to them. Like, don't you think this is really weird and like off? She was like the one that was most in reality, you know, mostly in reality compared to the others.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was dealing with her own thing, right? Her and like her little relationship development with Grace was so funny. I like even from the beginning, like their little like argument back and forth, it was so funny. So that's why whenever at the end when they came together and they're like nice to each other now, I thought it was so cute. I was so happy for them.
At first they were like kind of like siblings. They like freaking hated each other.
Yeah,
like making fun of each other. But yeah, so whenever they at the end, their interactions were so cute. What would you consider that now? Like, they're like besties.
They're sister-in-laws.
Oh yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah, they become sister-in-laws and friends, I guess. Yeah. I also with Dong-hee though, I love that they didn't bring another guy into it. Like she solved it on her own, her issues. You know.
I think in the beginning she desired it because
of her mom. And then at the end, what she realizes
that's not what she wants.
Yeah, it's not what she wants. Not worth it. Like everything. She recognized a lot of things, and she stood her ground, and she wasn't going through with the marriage. For the longest time, she wanted to do the marriage, like no matter what, even though like she saw like he cheated and everything, she just wanted to get married for the building and like just get done, because she literally gave up her model career for this because of her mom. Her mom had like this dream. Yeah, so that's why she kept pushing it. She's like, I went all this way, I gave up my model career, I'm literally like gained all this weight and everything now. But at the end, she pulled herself together, I guess, you know. And and her thing, like her biggest thing is like, you know, the whole time she thought that the reason she couldn't fly was because of her weight, right? It wasn't even because of her weight.
What was it because?
It's because she was unhappy. It's just because she was unhappy. So she doesn't realize that until all the way at the end. And that kind of goes with how at the end they finally learn how to use their powers properly. Each and every one of them, you know. Because they let their powers, Dahe says this specifically, she's like, you guys let your powers make you miserable instead of using it properly. And I think that is so true.
Yeah,
their emotions are valid, but they just didn't.
That was the whole thing that I was saying. Like, I feel like they just didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah,
even for like how long they had it for, their powers, like ever since they were born. I feel like you'll never get used to that, to like having powers, unless someone like helps you, like an outsider or something.
Yeah, like Dahe.
Also, speaking of Dahe, she had like a sort of character development. She's always been a good person. Like she's a scammer and all, but
not by choice.
Yeah, not by choice. She really did it for her mother. For her.
Well, it started. Like, if we're talking about all the way from the beginning, it's not her choice. Is because her dad was in debt, and her mother now came to her and was like, okay, well, you have to pay the debt. Like, your dad's dead, but like you're still here, someone has to pay me.
Do you think she feels obligated to do that, or you think like she was kind of just forced?
Who, Dahe? Like, was she forced to do the scamming?
Yeah, and everything. Like,
I mean, she didn't know what else to do with her life.
Did you think that she actually liked her mom then?
I think it's not until the very, very end, and maybe like over time too, she's not like horrible to her, like beating her or anything, but
maybe she recognizes, like, she's very thankful that her mother came into the picture to like help her, but it's like she resents her.
Well, I think it's just like over time, both of them collectively started to have like a change of mind. You know, like the mom slowly recognized her as her own daughter and treated her better, and Dahe saw that, you know, so she also felt like better about her mom.
I think everyone was in the survival like mindset. Like the mother just couldn't help but like just needed money or something. Well, I don't think she needed the money, but like it's just
that's how she started from the beginning. Her villain arc or whatever was like because her daughter, she lost her daughter. That was like the biggest thing, I guess. But yeah, basically I think this whole show is just a lot of character development. Every single character evolved.
Yeah,
every single one of them
because of
Dahe, to be honest. Yeah, she's like the root of like everybody's character development.
The ray of sunshine.
She really
the ray of hope.
But yeah, she really was the ray of hope. And her own character development was that like she was able to stand up against her mom
and not be pushed over.
Yeah, because she ended up like switching sides, you know, and she was helping Giju's family to like get away from her mom's scam. And that took a lot, because like she thought that his mom was gonna kill her. That her mom was gonna kill her, you know, because it's like she has no point now. Oh, but then she tried to like go and like get married to another person, you know. and then that whole shebang. Come to the end though of like the whole show, everything really did tie together, you know. The show started off with their family being broken, right? So what's the point of the whole show? To fix the family. And that's what happened at the end, is like Dahae was the one that was able to rekindle their family. Everyone basically she was able to change their perspective. I think that was the point, is that like they were miserable, but it was more so like you need to look at it
differently,
from a different perspective. You need to look at your powers from a different perspective. And that's what happened with Giju's mom, right?
Yeah.
With her powers. In her sleep, she kept interpreting her dreams wrong.
Yeah. And the way she went about it, I feel like it's kind of annoying. Like she's like so on edge and like so uptight, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like her wrong interpretation like caused harm and like brought like her whole family down.
You think she's the reason why they're all depressed and stuff?
I think she has a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's a big part.
I know for a fact that she is a big part of Donghee's situation.
So there was a scene at the end where Inha has this dance competition performance thing at her school.
So this was one of the things that I was talking about, that her mom, Giju's mom, interpreted wrong.
She said it was like, there would be fire.
She's like, people are flailing in the air, which it's like all of that did happen, but she kept thinking that like that scene was because Giju went back into the past to save Dahae.
But that's not what happened.
Yeah, the dream that she had was actually about the performance, not about the scene of him going back in the past and saving her. Yeah, she's like, oh, there's people flailing in the air, blah, blah, blah. And like she says, Donghae, you're gonna end up flying, which all of those things do happen. But like,
it's not what it seems.
Yeah. Because like she thought people flailing in the air was like some like superpower thing, or like people were needing help, which they did, but it was the performers.
While there's like a whole chaos, like fire happening, there were still kids stuck in the air.
But that's so messed up. But like the thing that I just thought it was so strange, because they're literally in middle school. Okay, this is such a high.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like
high production.
It's high production performance.
They're like flipping in the air, like they're hanged up in the air. Like I've never seen that in middle school.
I know,
let alone high school. But like,
not even high school. I was just like, wow,
what in this rich ass prestigious school is this? Like,
I know. I was like, dang, they really are.
Like, we were just like, no. But whenever the fire started, they were still in the air. Like, I just like
this. I think it's so messed up. These kids needed help, but I was just like, it looked like, you know, one of those like old Hong Kong fighting shows that like our dads would watch.
Yeah,
like people are flying in the air, fighting each other, running on the roofs.
Yeah.
Back to the actual very serious scene. People die here, and you know, oh my gosh, I want to talk about this really quickly. This whole scene, this whole accident happened because of Donghee's ex-fiance. Now it was all because he was stupid.
Oh yeah,
he's so stupid.
The fire started not because he like was mad at her, but it was by accident. Yes, he actually wanted to start an actual fire.
Because she was saying like, "Oh, you wouldn't do it," blah blah blah.
He wasn't able to.
Because he actually, I was saying how everyone had character development except him. Bro consistently stayed stupid.
So basically he proposed to her, and she was just like looking at him, but like this pathetic man, like, and of course she rejected him, but he was like, you know, I'm gonna start a fire, right? Like he has like this bottle of oil or
he already poured it all over.
He did, but he was like,
did he pour it?
No, he did. He was like, he was scared, but he was like,
he just didn't like light it yet.
Yeah, and she was like, you're not gonna like do it. Like I know how you are, and yeah, he didn't.
But then stupid him, the candle that he had like laid out for the like proposal started like
catching on fire.
It was like a paper and stuff. Yeah, so the fire obviously spread because he also put oil everywhere, like an idiot that he is.
He didn't know how to stop it. Like it was so small that he could just like easily put it out. Oh, this boy, oh my god.
And then he ended up in jail, as he should. To be honest, I don't know what else could have fixed him. Boy consistently stayed the same.
Yeah.
That though, in that scene, that's when Gichu actually dies, right?
Oh, how does he die?
So how he dies is saving her in the fire, her and Ina in that fire, the current present time fire. Unlike what his mom thought happened, he actually was able to save her and come back. But it's just like when he came back, that whole wall collapsed. It was like a prop for the show. So like
the prop was falling, right?
Yeah, and he was pushing it, and then he was telling them to run because like he's bound to die anyways, you know. Yeah. And there was nothing that he could have done at that time because he was holding up. There's nobody coming to help them. So he just came back. He went back to the future, saved Dahae, and then like from there he went back to
the past.
Went back to the present.
Oh, okay.
And then like it shows the wall collapse. My theory is though that like when that wall collapsed, because it doesn't actually show like his body and then the wall collapses on his body. It just shows the wall collapsing. My theory was that like
he disappeared.
he was still in the past. He was like kind of stuck in the past, something like that. Because then a little later, right after that scene, they showed that like that he had a son, so it was Giju's son. Giju's son was actually able to bring him back.
Like he has superpowers, right?
Yeah, he has his own superpowers. We don't know what it is, you know.
I think she asked him as a joke or like see what he can do, right?
I think it was like a joke, but also like her, because she's so desperate, she's just saying it to say it. She had like an ounce of hope. She's like, maybe.
She's like, oh, can you bring your dad back? Like she was showing him a picture of like
it was
what her
like
dad looked
half
like.
joking, half like just saying it. But also, I think part of her really was hoping that he had some sort of superpower to bring his dad back, and he was able to. You know, for a second, I was like, is that a ghost?
Yeah,
but I think we can confirm that it isn't, because right before the son brings Giju back, Giju's mom told Dahi like, oh, set another set of plates up. I remember seeing another person or seeing another like set. Yeah. So I think that confirms that he was not a ghost. So happy ending. Oh yeah, happy ending.
Yeah, happy ending.
Everything was a full circle moment, right? So like it started off with the family being broken, and now they're not broken. They're happy again. It started off with Dahi saving Giju, and then it ended off with Giju saving her in the fire. Everything happened how it was supposed to be. Full circle moment.
Happy ending. Happy ever after.
Yep.
So the question is this show bingeable?
Only the second half.
Yeah.
I have to say, you really do have to push through. For like, if you're willing to, you think it's worth it, then push through 5 episodes. But
I was gonna stop.
Yeah,
it was so boring in the beginning, but at the end, I guess it's like worth the watch. I think
because at the end it does get a lot more emotional, because there's so many things are happening. You know, so many things unraveling. Whenever I saw he died, I was actually genuinely like, I was like, oh my gosh, I thought all of that was for nothing.
Yeah,
but
I give it a 7.5.
Me too. So at first I started 4. I was very firm on that too. I was like, Amy, I don't want to continue watching this. This is a fat 4.
Yeah, it seemed pointless, boring, and slow.
But then each episode it increased. I was like, okay, maybe 4.5, maybe 5, and then I think I ended 7.5.
Yeah.
So my final thoughts.
That's it.
Okay. Bye.